Stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. Motivation is great, but it's not reliable. You feel invincible, pumped up, but what happens when it disappears? What do you do on the days when you just don't feel like it? If your answer is nothing or I wait for the mood to come back, we have a problem. Because motivation comes and goes, and if you rely only on it, you'll be spinning your wheels every time it vanishes. You know that New Year's excitement that evaporates by February? That diet you dropped during the first stressful week? Yeah, that's motivation leaving you hanging. Motivation alone doesn't get anyone far. Real progress comes tied to discipline. Discipline can transform you. It's the silent force that makes you act day after day, no matter how you feel. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you have zero desire to do it. Motivation is the spark that lights the initial flame. Discipline is what keeps the fire burning after that spark dies out. Talking is easy, I know. In theory, everyone agrees that discipline is important. But what about in practice? How do you apply this when you don't have a single drop of motivation? How do you get out of bed on a cold, rainy Monday, drag yourself to work or the gym when all you wanted was one more hour of sleep? How do you focus on your project at night after an exhausting day while Netflix is calling you or your friends are at the bar? How do you study for that difficult exam when it feels like your brain has already shut down? I understand this dilemma, for real, because I fight against it too. It's not easy working with content creation and producing this video. There's a human being here. I've caught myself many times negotiating with myself. Today I'm tired. Tomorrow I'll make up for it. Or, just today I'll give myself a break. I'm not in the mood. Later I'll recover the time. You know what usually happens? Later becomes never. The tomorrow I'll make up for it becomes tomorrow I'll do it. And when you realize it, nothing got done. Tomorrow arrives and you're still in the same place, maybe even worse, because then comes the guilt for procrastinating. We sabotage ourselves waiting to be in the perfect mood, a mood that might never come. And so the days pass. Opportunities slip away. You look around and nothing has changed, because you kept waiting to feel like it before taking action. And what's the way out of this cycle? How do you break it? This is where your why comes in, the reason why you want what you want. When motivation disappears, it's your why that will remind you why it's worth continuing. So, why do you do what you do? What reason would make you continue even on the difficult days? Each person has a different why. Think about yours. Maybe it's never having to borrow money from anyone again. Imagine the freedom and relief of knowing you'll never have to go through the humiliation of asking for money, because you disciplined yourself to achieve financial stability. Or maybe your why is being able to take your partner out to dinner and pay the bill with pride, without having to count every penny. Going out with her with your head held high, knowing you paid for that special moment with your own effort. Maybe what moves you is building a body you're proud of, looking in the mirror and finally liking what you see, feeling confident in your own skin, strong and healthy, knowing that every drop of sweat was worth it, including those days when you had to drag yourself to the gym with no desire at all, but went anyway. Or maybe your goal is to gain respect for what you do, being a reference in your field, showing everyone and yourself what you're capable of, proving that your hard work pays off, that you built something people admire. See how a strong why gives meaning to the effort? When motivation fails, and it will fail at some point, it's this powerful reason that feeds your discipline. It's the internal flame that stays lit when everything outside is dark. Your why is the constant reminder of why you can't give up. But just having a big reason in mind isn't enough if you don't take action. Discipline is built in practice, one day at a time. Think of discipline as a muscle. You exercise it a little today, a little more tomorrow, and it gets stronger gradually. So start with small daily commitments to yourself. Don't underestimate small consistent actions. It could be studying 20 minutes of that important subject even when tired. It could be waking up half an hour earlier to run before work, even dying of sleep. It could be finishing a task you promised you'd finish, even without any inspiration at that moment. These small daily victories seem simple, but they're powerful. Each day you keep what you promised yourself, your discipline gets a little stronger and your confidence grows. In the beginning, it will hurt. Discipline isn't glamorous, it's repetition, it's routine, it's sometimes tiring and monotonous. In the first days, every fiber of your body and mind will complain. You'll want to quit everything. But remember, it's like working out a weak muscle. The first times hurt, they shake, the progress seems slow. If you persist, that muscle develops and the exercise starts to become more natural. The same thing happens with discipline. Each day you resist laziness and do what needs to be done. You're strengthening this muscle. There will come a time when discipline starts to sustain you. The effort continues to exist, but you can handle more. What seemed impossible before becomes just part of your routine. Many people think they first need to feel motivation to then act. Actually, it's often the opposite. It's by acting that motivation appears. Action comes before, not after. Have you noticed? Think of some time when you absolutely didn't want to go train or study, but forced yourself to take the first step anyway. You put on your sneakers and go for a run with no enthusiasm at all. After a few minutes, your body warms up, your mind awakens, and when you realize it, you're even picking up the pace. Or you start writing that important report thinking it's going to be a disaster because you're not inspired. You write a somewhat stiff paragraph, but suddenly one idea pulls another, and when you see it, you're even excited about the work. Motivation came back after you started. Each small movement forward pulls the next one. It's a domino effect. It's curious, but it's true. Action generates motivation, not the other way around. Each completed task gives you a dose of satisfaction, of pride. Your brain rewards. It releases dopamine, that good feeling of duty fulfilled, and this feeds the desire to continue. A positive cycle is formed, but it only starts if you take the first step, even without any motivation. So, the next time you catch yourself thinking, "I don't feel like doing this right now," try to reverse the game. Instead of waiting for the desire to come, start without desire anyway. I, for example, have some tricks for those moments of zero motivation. There are days when I literally talk to myself out loud to create courage. I look in the mirror and say, "Come on, get up, you can do it, do what needs to be done, let's go." I give myself a verbal push, half scolding and half encouragement. It seems silly, but it helps me. It's like I'm my own coach pulling me when laziness wants to beat me. Remember, discipline doesn't care if today you woke up excited or fed up. Discipline ignores your mood. Rain or shine, it tells you to fulfill your obligations. And the truth is that most people can't do this. Most give in to excuses. Today I can't. I'm tired. Tomorrow I will. That's why so many people spin their wheels and don't get anywhere. While many are stuck waiting for motivation to return, there's another person out there, maybe someone chasing the same goal as you, who is working hard right now. That person will advance miles ahead of you. It's hard to face this, but it's reality. The good news: you can also become that determined person who moves forward while others stay parked. Discipline isn't a mysterious gift that only some possess. It doesn't matter if until yesterday you were the most procrastinating guy in the world, you can change. Everyone can develop discipline because it's a choice, a practice, not an innate talent. Just decide and start, one step at a time. And don't confuse discipline with perfection. It doesn't mean you'll never fail. There will be days when you'll slip, yes. There will be that morning you overslept, that birthday cake you ate too much of, that task you postponed beyond planned. It happens. Discipline isn't about never making mistakes. It's about not letting the mistake stop you. It's falling 7 times and getting up 8. So when you stumble, and at some point it will happen, don't use that as an excuse to give up for good. Instead of thinking, "That's it, I ruined everything," think, Okay, I messed up today, but tomorrow I continue. Get back on track at the first opportunity. What matters isn't the slip of an isolated day, but the overall picture over weeks, months, years. Over time, discipline changes who you are. Each time you keep what you promised yourself, you gain more confidence. That image of lazy or inconsistent starts to fade, replaced by the pride of being someone who does what needs to be done. You start to see yourself as a strong, capable person because you proved it to yourself day after day. And others around you will notice too. Your partner will admire your dedication. Your friends, colleagues, and clients will notice your commitment and will respect you more. You might even become inspiration for those who know you without even realizing it. But the most important thing is what happens inside you. Remember the reasons we talked about before? Imagine the scene. You managing to pay off your debts and thinking I never had to borrow money from anyone again. Or entering that restaurant with the woman you love, ordering whatever you want on the menu and paying the bill with the tranquility of someone who prepared for it. Looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing the physique you always wanted, knowing it wasn't luck, it was discipline, it was all those workouts and healthy choices added up. Receiving a sincere compliment at work, man, you can see how much you dedicate yourself. And knowing that every word there is the fruit of your constant effort. These moments come to those who plant the right seeds, and discipline is watering those seeds every single day. When those fruits come, you'll see that it was worth every morning you got up early, every night you resisted the temptation to give up. In the end, discipline is a form of self-love and responsibility for your dreams. It's refusing to live below your potential. It's taking the reins of your life instead of letting circumstances or discouragement control you. It may seem tough, but discipline gives you freedom. Freedom from not being a slave to your momentary desires. Freedom to build the life you want to live, instead of lamenting what could have been. Without discipline, you're trapped in a cycle of excuses and regrets. With discipline, you free yourself. You gain independence to achieve what really matters to you. Look, most people out there are soft. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect conditions. But here's the thing. Perfect never comes. While they're waiting, you could be moving. While they're making excuses, you could be making progress. While they're comfortable in their mediocrity, you could be building something real. You think successful people feel motivated every single day? Hell no. You think the guy who built that business you admire woke up every morning excited to work 16-hour days? You think that athlete you follow felt like training when it was freezing cold outside? Of course not. The difference is they did it anyway. They understood that feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. Every single day, you have a choice. You can be like everyone else, riding the emotional roller coaster, doing things only when you feel like it. Or you can be different. You can be the person who shows up regardless. The person who keeps going when others quit. The person who builds while others just talk. And here's something most people don't tell you. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every time you give in to laziness, every time you choose the easy path, every time you make excuses, you're building a future version of yourself that will look back with regret. I could have done this. I should have tried harder. If only I had been more consistent. Don't be that person. Don't be the one looking back with regret. Be the person who can look back and say, I'm proud of what I built. I'm proud that I didn't give up when it got hard. I'm proud that I chose discipline over comfort. Because comfort is overrated anyway. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort keeps you small, keeps you average, keeps you exactly where you are. And where you are right now, is that really where you want to stay forever? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. I'm saying it's going to be worth it. Every early morning, every late night, every time you push through when you don't want to, it's all building towards something bigger. It's all creating the person you're becoming. And the beautiful thing about discipline is that it compounds. Just like interest in a bank account, it builds on itself. Every disciplined action makes the next one easier. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you're strengthening that muscle. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you're proving to yourself that you're the kind of person who does what they say they'll do. Stop waiting for Monday. Stop waiting for next month. Stop waiting for the new year. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to become a different person by tomorrow. Just start with one thing, one small commitment to yourself, one small act of discipline, and then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. And keep going until it becomes who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're either building the life you want or you're building the life you don't want. There's no neutral. Every choice is either moving you towards your goals or away from them. Every action is either making you stronger or weaker. Every day is either making you proud or adding to your regret. The choice is yours. It's always been yours. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off and motivation is nowhere to be found, what are you going to do? Are you going to hit snooze and roll over like everyone else? Or are you going to get up and show yourself what you're really made of? The world doesn't need another person with potential. The world needs people who execute, people who do the work, people who show up. Be that person. Stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it. Stop planning and start acting. Stop waiting and start building. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down.